Indeed, we are ready to rock and roll. Look at the Porsche driver trying to keep it as close as possible to the curb. We're going now down the hill.
Keeping it sensible so far, I think. Just trying to get themselves a little gap ahead.
Oh my lord! Oh my god, Vincent! Jesus Christ! Why? That's a little too tight. And there you see, another one for the love of God, Max Baxter! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another evening of racing. Here we find ourselves into race 2 of the USA Championship. We're listening to the spotter. He's letting us know qualifying is about to start, and I have the pleasure of being with, of course, the owner of InGear Motorsports. That is my good man at the left. That is Mackenzie. Good evening, my friend.
So hello, good evening, Juan. Good to be back. I can't believe we're 2 rounds in already to this championship. Technically halfway, but yeah, looking forward to it, my man. More racing, should be fun.
Indeed, and you know, we gotta go quickly. We gotta check this out because, my friends, it is time for qualifying here at Watkins, Glen, round 2 of the USA Championship. And Mackenzie, we need to talk about this track, an absolute historic tempo of racing. There we go, with the drivers now joining the track. And beforehand, as I said, let's talk a little bit about the track, because as you might know, this is of course a part of the United States of America. Incredible corners. Right now we see Mr. Miles Hemming on the most epic set of corners, I shall say, of all of sports. If I'm honest with you, the boot, the heel, the classic Watkins Glen experience. Mackenzie, what do you think of this track? Let me know.
Well, I've done very little around here, so I'm quite interested to see how tonight goes. We had a fun race maybe a couple of months ago that I joined the guys for, but fast track definitely, and it's got a very tricky chicane that I know some of the drivers are quite worried about, because you can just about get through it safely if you hold 4th gear. There's kind of a safe way through it, but when you're pushing for fast laps and you know, you're in the heat at the moment, you can so easily end up dropping it or clipping the curb the wrong way. So that chicane is definitely something I'm going to be keeping a close eye on for tonight.
Indeed, we are ready to rock and roll. There you see Miles Hemming going into the inner loop, missing the 3rd corner, but now into the outer loop we go. Look at the Porsche driver trying to keep it as close as possible to the curb. We go now down the hill into chute turn number 9, and of course, as I previously mentioned to you, Mackenzie, one of the most epic sequence of corners I've ever seen in my life. It's the toe into the boot. Well, let me be honest, yesterday's race was an absolute mess. You really need to keep things calmly. Of course, the race is not just 20 minutes. The key points on this track are incredibly, it's not the classic turn 1 experience, because here you have so much runway that you're gonna avoid you know, incidents 90% of the time. It's when we go into the inner loop, into turn number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Hopefully you are all having fun, because we're about to move into race mode. The checker flag is out, and now the remaining cars are setting their respective last attempt. Muchas gracias, Carlos. I need to say in Spanish, thank you very much, Carlos. Not gonna lie, Robin Pogald, we haven't talked about him too much. Right now he holds himself a P8. I was expecting a little more after such dominance on the first race. Higginbom is not going to be able to improve. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you a sneak peek of what we do here at InGear. We'll see you in just a bit, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to embark on a full-hour extravaganza, and that lovely puppy needs to rest. So Mackenzie, are you excited for tonight?
Super excited. We've got some really talented drivers at the front here. We know Cooper's going to definitely be going for it at the start, so keep an eye out for him trying to get into the lead. Andrews has had a relatively, you know, dominant phase in terms of, he was at the front of the BMW Championship last week, top 3, first non-Audi car at the round 1 of this championship, and now he's got Hemming to contend with, who's actually got a little bit of extra pace on him in that Porsche. So really tight in the top 3 there, a bit of a mix of characters.
It is going to be Miles Hemming leading the pack from Andrews, Cooper, Poole, Hoyer, Bjorkman, Stoneman, Poga, Bouchan, and Heath. The green lights are out, and this race is on its way. Hemming with a very good start. Will Andrews go for the dive? I do not think so. He's going to keep it very safely. As I talked to you about it, you can see no way in hell there's going to be any crashes here. And just as I say so, there was one. How? How has this happened? There is so much runway. Let's see. Davenport being one of the men involved. We're going to stay on the helicopter to see what exactly happened at the back of the pack. Too many 3 wides. Oh my lord, that was a 4 wide. And of course there, you know what that is, Mackenzie. Pa 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 Pandamonium. 5 cars out.
Keeping it sensible so far, I think. Just trying to get themselves a little gap ahead.
Oh my lord. Oh my god, Wilson. Jesus Christ. To go a little harder, a little later on, another yellow flag. It's my Mannequins again on the exact same corner.
No.
Oh lord, that was not good. And now we're gonna check on the man I was talking to you about, Robin Pagald. Amazing first race. This second one looking very promising already. We have another yellow flag. These people do not want me to stop talking. Here you go. Should I am back? Oh, it's a big hit on the wall. Look at the smoke, and that car needs a little slippy. My god.
Coming out of one of the corners just now and gave Harvey a bit of a run at him, and actually Harvey not able to do anything this time, but Max Baxter as well. Let's not forget he had that spin earlier. He's now back up into P18 on this little train as that big Bentley's menacing in the rear view of that AMG there.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 2 wide. That's a little too tight. And there you see, no 3-1 for the love of God. Max Baxter looking for the gap, and I don't think. Yeah, I think the green car, and by green car I mean Mr. Craig Murphy, I think he could have left a little more room. I think he turned a little too early. Luke Andrews, ladies and gentlemen, has caught up to Miles Hemming. Right now it's 1.2 once again. Can Andrews get even closer? Do you think he can make it happen, Mackenzie?
Oh, it's very tough to call this one. He's definitely got the pace at the moment, whether that's tyre pressures, whether he's found a bit more, whether Hemming is just literally backing off a little bit, I don't know, but all that I care about is that there's a chance that we're going to have a battle for the win at the end here, which is going to be awesome to see, especially when we look at the lap times. As we said earlier, you know, low 44s and in the 43s, that is absolutely rapid. You could put them in pretty much any league at that speed and they'll be at the sharp end of it, from what I can gather. So yeah, it's nice to be on board as well and see a bit of the track from a driver's eye view. I say that just as we cut away, but yeah, it's you get a bit more of a feel for the undulation of the circuit. You're going uphill, downhill, close walls either side, as we were saying earlier on. You know, you can't put a foot wrong here, as we've established. You know, we've seen multiple drivers. We're now 4 out of this race get it wrong as we go through the outer loop, then the chicane, and look at that. Just as I said it, massive moment, massive oversteer there on the right-hander as he had to get it in shape, straightened up, and then get it on the way again. And somehow he's actually gained time still. He's 0.7 away from Hemming, but that just means Andrews is pushing like no tomorrow at the moment. He wants to catch up. Oh
lord, that is so close. It gets amplified with this camera shot of the bonnet of Kirky. They are side by side. They make contact. Good lord. Oh, heave. Nearly coming into contact with the lap car. Jesus Christ, sorry, that was not the lap car, that was Miles Henning, that's the leader. Now Luke Andrews is on the back. Oh my god, what a turn of events. Oh my lord. So much action going on. We need to go quickly with the leader Hemming. Andrews is catching rapidly. Left cars putting themselves in the middle of the fight for the victory.
We're going to go motor racing then, that famous line. We got one lap of racing between these two absolute titans tonight. I don't know which way it's going to go. I think Hemming looks like he's got enough of a gap there for breathing space, but you just don't know. It's one little nibble of too much curb, one little tickle of the power too early in the cars, you know, having a bit of a slide. Andrews will be there to capitalise on it. We know he's probably got about a tenth or two extra pace. Look at the slipstream. He's gaining as we come into halfway round the lap, then into that fast chicane. Pit window closes. Everyone pitted a while ago. Andrews is getting mighty close, isn't he? He could be able to have a little look at this quite soon, I think. And driver of the day vote, we're up to 3 for Kirk Heath now then. So Kirk Heath winning the driver of the day vote. Once that checkered flag drops, it is closed. What's happened?
No, they're playing for it. They're just playing. The checker is there. Miles Hemming coming in clutch. Perfect race. pole, victory, fastest lap. What else could you ask for? Luke Andrews with an incredible P2, and Martin Hoya, we haven't talked about him. P3, finishing the podium. Then Robin Pogaud on P4, Mr. Cooper on 5th, then Bjorkman on 6th, Stallman on 7th, then Schoberg, Bouchan, and Stallman for 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then the rest have already finished their respective laps. What an amazing race, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible ending. There you see your leader, Miles Hemming. What an event.
I think that's it, isn't it? We've had a lot of excitement tonight, and actually the chat kind of lit up a little bit at the right time. I think people joining to watch that amazing end that we had, both at the front and midfield. So yeah, awesome race. Definitely one of my favourites. Pleasure to share it with you again, Juan, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these when we can.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you next Tuesday with the BMWs, and I think we're going to have Mr. McKenzie back on the track, so that is going to be a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We'll see you next time.